I can't wait for the Cyber Baroque revival. One day, Baroque music will rise again, but in a new, deterritorialized form. It's gonna be great. It doesn't have to be the lute. Partial to a bit of Vivaldi. He's mostly like the violins and shit, you know? That's all good. You know, I'm not such a big fan of Bach. I gotta be honest, I find Bach to be pretty boring. Can't lie. But Vivaldi bangs. Sometimes I just sit here and listen to Baroque music. This is one of the few times it's been lute music in particular. Normally it's more of the orchestral, quartet-based Baroque music that I'm into. But I thought I'd give the lute a shot since, you know, I play guitar and it's kind of where the guitar came from. I feel like I should know my lute history. Also there's sort of a trend, there's a theorbo trend going on right now. Ever since that one guy made a video about the theorbo, then a bunch of people have been making theorbo videos, and that sound has just been rattling around in my head, waiting to get out, and it's getting out in the format of Baroque lute music. The art of combining a post with the perfect image to complement what you've said is a very subtle and underappreciated art, very rarely done to perfection, often overlooked and often underperformed. Many times, people don't put too much thought into the image they use for their posts on anonymous image boards I'm talking about. Yet, the correct image can really inform the reader's contextual understanding of the post. An image is sort of the image you post alongside your text is in some ways a non-linguistic form of communicating the emotion with which you wish to be understood. And add to that are sort of shared cultural experiences with different anime images that we may post. Simply posting a character from a certain show, it's almost like you're not saying this character is saying what I am saying, but you're evoking the essence of a certain character. And not only are you evoking that essence, but you're evoking their imagery and the rest of the show that they're in. There's plenty of Genki girls, right? They're a dime a dozen. But there's a difference between posting, I don't know, let's say, for example, let's say you write a post and you combine it with a what's that girl called? The one with the dark eyes, the one that can't do, the autistic one. From Watamote, I forgot her name. Tomoko Kuroki, is that her name? Something like that. The difference between posting her in anime form and in manga form, for example, despite the character design being the exact same, the character being the exact same, the connotations are completely different. You get a subtly but meaningfully different atmosphere from these two images. Despite the outside observer, you know, being essentially meaningless, there is certainly some sort of subtle post-linguistic communication going on there. For sure. I don't think that can be ignored. Otherwise, we would all just be using text boards or posting images that were 100% relevant to our posts. Not that text boards are bad. I think text boards are strongly underrated. DQN, for example, is pretty good. Ral.space, one of my favorites. Let me go on there right now. In fact, it's been a while since I checked it out. Oh, maybe it's... Did it change server names or something? I feel like I remember it changing. I think maybe it changed the name of the URL name address thing, but I don't remember what it was called. Let me just try googling it. That was a lovely lute song. Aha, rally.org, it's changed addresses. This is a pretty great text board, I have to say. Now here's another thing, right? Just the fact that your post is on here, that's instantly going to affect the context surrounding it. It's like, it's not just what you say, but how you say it and where you say it and who you say it to. These are the parts of communication that we generally don't think about, but we just sort of do unconsciously. But they do really affect what is being communicated and how it's being communicated. And I think it's integral to understand how to move past and through language, as I believe should be our goal, since language is incredibly limited, and eventually we're going to run into a wall as a species, or beyond a species, where language is holding us back so severely that our main priority is to overcome language. And sure, there's art in limitations, and I would never deny that. The fact that language is so limited certainly lends itself to some incredible creativity and artistry, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't be trying to progress. Just because you can make some great chiptune music doesn't mean that every song should be a chiptune song.